All right, in our last class, we started with similar shapes, and in that, we looked at angles that are equal. So, but that's the first thing. You must be able to identify angles that are equal. So, then we move to corresponding sides using the angles that are equal to identify the corresponding sides. Because similar shapes, we're talking about shapes, or we're talking about triangles that are similar in their properties, but they are not the same inside. They don't have the same size. Like this one you're seeing here. So it is similar to the bigger one because the angles, at least two of the angles are equal. So we move to corresponding size. So once you've identified the sides that are equal, angle A equals to angle Z, angle B equals to angle X, and angle C is equal to angle Y. So that means A is equal to Z, B is equal to X, and C is equal to Y. So AC, it corresponds to YZ, and BC corresponds to XY, while AB corresponds to XZ. So that is what we have here. So we now said that for two or more shapes to be similar, the ratio of their corresponding size must be equal. So all these corresponding size, so you are going to make them to be equal. That is AC over YZ, BC over XY, and AB over XZ are equal. So when we talk about ratio, we're talking about their fractions. So the ratio of them are what equal. So this is what we're going to use to solve problems on similar shapes. And in the last class, we looked at an example here whereby you're given this question. So the one you have in red are the questions given, the angles given. So the first thing you need to do, some questions will give you the angles, while in some questions you'll not be given angles. We just show that okay, some angles, just like I did here, just like this one, two lines, three lines, one line, and no line. So we can use that one as well to determine the angles that are equal. So thereby to help us to find out the ratio of corresponding size. So when you are given this type of question, the first thing you need to do is to complete the angles. As you know that some of angles in a triangle is 180, and once you identify that, you'll be able to see clearly the angles that are equal. You can see angle C and angle P are the same, angle A and angle R are the same, and B and Q are also the same. So from there we can use that to get ratio of corresponding size. So I think we did this one and we'll find the you have to find the value of X and the value of Y. So but today we want to look at another type of questions that we can have under this. So it's possible you have a shape that uh, will be like this. Let's have this shape. We can have something like this. Have something like this. So we have this to be A. This is B. This is C. This is D, and this is E. All right. So we have this. Excuse me. Let me draw this. Okay. Now, when looking at this, you notice one thing. So what is common? How many triangles can we bring out from this? That should be the first thing that should come to your mind. Okay, before that, let's have this. This line is parallel to this line. You are given that. And you're now given this side to be 10 centimeters. You are given this one to be X. And you have this one to be 4 centimeters. And then you have this one to be 6 centimeters. No, no, no. Let me have it to be 3 centimeters. All right. So what else do we want? Okay, you are given this. You're not asked to find the value of x as we are looking for EC. So the first thing you should do, this is a similar shape. They will not tell you that this is under similar shape. They will just ask you to find the value of x. So, but if you are familiar with this type of question, you should know what to do. So the first thing you're going to ask yourself, how many triangles can you bring out from this? Hello?
I'm here.
How many triangles can you bring out from this shape? How many triangles?
I think one.
One. Okay. So what is that one? Just give me. Is it
A D E.
ADE? That is correct. AD is correct. But what about the O shape itself? Is it not the
Oh, okay.
So that means you have two triangles that
Two
you can take.
triangles.
So the first one is you bring the triangle out separately, you separate them. Okay. So let me put an angle here. AGE. You have 10 here, 10 centimeters here, then you have 4 centimeters here. Then we have the second one is ABC. This
C.
angle here, this angle A is the same thing as angle A here. All right. So,
Okay.
and we have AC is 10 plus X. All right. And AB,
AC is 10 plus X. Okay.
then AB is what now? What will be the value of AB?
AB.
Yeah,
AB is 3 plus 4.
that is going to be 7 centimeters. Good. Now, another area that we need to look at is we have what we call corresponding angles here. Because this line, the two lines that are parallel, this angle here is equal to this angle here. So that will, because that is what we call corresponding angles. So this angle corresponds to this angle. So also this angle here corresponds to this angle here. Exactly. So which means I'm going to have two here. I'll have three here. I have two here. I have three here. So from here
How
now,
does it correspond?
correspond. If you are familiar with angles between lines, we have some theories there. We have some theorems there. So the first one is alternate angles. Another one is corresponding angles. So corresponding angles will always give you F. So always give you F. Uh, Let me take another color. So if you look at this angle here, the first two lines here is formed by this line and this line.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yes,
the
that's
other one
true.
that B is formed by this line and this line.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at the shape
Mm-hmm.
I have here, it's like F. It's like F
Okay.
that is upside down. All right. So when you have
Okay.
it this way, the angle formed by these lines are equal. And this is all referred to as corresponding angles, which we also call F
Okay.
angles. We call it F angles or corresponding angles. So also the same thing with this as well. This side too. If you look at this one too, it's also giving us F that is also upside down and backward. So this angle and this angle, they are also what corresponding angles.
Corresponding angles.
I hope that is clear. So this kind of method in determining which one is corresponding and which one is not corresponding is to look at what that the two angles formed. But the condition the condition there is that the lines that connect them must be parallel. I mean this
Okay.
line that are parallel. If we don't have parallel lines, this line and this line, if they are not parallel, this will not work. I hope that is clear, right?
Yes.
All right. So having known that, so we have separated the angles now, the triangles. So the next is now
Mm-hmm.
to write out the ratio of corresponding sides. Okay, I'm going to pick the first one. You tell me the so if let me pick AG. AD. So AD corresponds to which side in the other triangle?
AD.
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 Mhm.
Corresponds with which one?
I'm talking about, this is the first triangle we have there. This is the first triangle.
Yes.
This is the second triangle. So I've
Mm-hmm.
picked AD in the first triangle. I've picked
Okay.
AD. So which side is it corresponding to in the second triangle?
AB.
AB, that is correct. AB. Yeah. You can see that I started with 1, I ended with what? With 2. So if I want to check the next ratio, I will start with what? 1 again. So I'm going to pick AE. So AE corresponds to
AE corresponds to AC.
AC. That is good. And the last one is DE corresponds to what now?
Sure, that DE.
Yeah, DE. Yeah,
Oh, okay. DE corresponds to BC.
BC. That is good. I told you in the last class that if you are unable to get the ratio of corresponding sides, you will not get the answer correctly. So this is it. This is the first part. So the next part is now to put in the values of the ratios. AD is 4 centimeters and AB is 7 centimeters equals to AE is 10 centimeters and then AC is 10 plus what? X.
X.
Yeah. So then DE, we don't know the value of DE. DE is DE and BC is BC. So we are not making use of this one. We don't have anything to do with this one. I'll cancel it out. So from here now,
Okay.
we have equation involving fractions, right? So we now solve for the value of x from here. So this is going to give us 4 into brackets. We cross multiply here. 4 into brackets 10 plus x, all right, equals to 7 times 10. All right. So we can decide to divide both. Let's open the bracket. This is going to be 40 plus 4x, and this is going to give us 70. We collect like terms. We collect like terms. That's going to be 4x equals to 70 minus 40. So that means 4x equals to what? 30. All right. So we divide both sides by
Mm-hmm.
4. Divide both sides by 4. So therefore, x is equal to what? 7.5. That's 7.5 centimeters. Is it clear?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Any question?
Not yet.
Not yet. I'm going to give you work to do now. Because, I said I'm going to give you 3 examples that are of different types. Yeah? Different types of
Mm.
examples. So this is the second one. You can see this is the second one. This second one. Okay? So I want you to look at it just for a few minutes. If you have questions on similar shapes with you there, you can forward it to me. Are you good to go?
I think so.
All right, good. Just try. Just try. Hmm? Just try.
Mm.
Okay. So find the value of x and y. So let me label it. X, Y, Z, P, Q. Find the value of x and y. Hmm? So let me pause the recording.